How to increase your conversion ratio on all social media platforms. This topic is catered to small business owners, young entrepreneurs, and salespeople that are looking to make improvements in their sales volume. Welcome to the Martial Arts of Sales. My name is Paul Cruz. I'm doing my first night video because I'm excited about this topic, and I'm actually downtown by the baseball stadium, and I live 3 minutes away. So I figured I'd try something new, so please bear with me. I'll give you a little tour real quick. Look at this. Look how beautiful this is. I know it's kind of dark, so please forgive me. I'm trying something new. Keep everybody engaged and excited and trying to be authentic and genuine. Now, this is the opening monologue. What we're going to discuss in the topic is this. We're going to talk about how to prepare to becoming very successful, excuse me, on converting leads into sales and prospects into customers on your social media platform. Whether you've done sales or not, whether you've made phone calls or not, I will show you how to do it, how to prepare. Just like anything else, you got to prepare, right? For example, athletes prepare before they play, the event, right? Whether it's basketball, football, baseball, boxing, marathon running, we're always preparing before the event. Sales is no different. Social media is no different. So I created a strategy over the past 2 years, trying different strategies, and I found the one that works the most successful and consistent. I named it Social Media Conversion Strategy. It's absolutely phenomenal. It will blow your mind. Before we dig into the topic, if you're watching this on YouTube for the first time, hit the subscription button below. If you like the video, give me a thumbs up. It does help my algorithm. If you believe this video can help others, please share with others and also share your comment. So, being prepared to really take advantage of your social media platform is very important. You may have to do something that you're not comfortable with, but it's like anything else. When you're not comfortable at first, that's a good thing, because when you start to see the success, you become comfortable. There's a lot of people out there that I've met that buy a lot of different platforms, a lot of different types. I have a lot of different programs. One, they don't use it. Number two, it's not meant for them. It might be for a bigger company. So I'm here to tell you there's basic, easy ways. Well, not easy, but fundamental ways that you can increase your sales volume. Now, before we dig into the topic, let's go to the introduction. Hello everybody, welcome to the Martial Arts of Sales. I hope everyone had a great week. For those of you who are watching this video and you saw the opening monologue, I did it at nighttime. I was trying something new and creative and trying to be authentic. I hope you guys did appreciate that. But this topic is not only, or should, blow your mind away, but also is going to help you blow up your sales volume on a monthly basis. Before we dig into the topic, if you're watching this on YouTube, hit the subscription button below. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. It does help the algorithms. And if you like the video, share it with others and also share your comments. Now, the topic for today is how to increase your sales volume and conversion ratio by using my SMCS, which is called Social Media Conversion Strategy. I want to show you the notes here. I started this last week, my video where I was actually writing on my miniature easel until I get my office and my home set up and situated. Now, there's 3 parts to this, and there's multiple things you need to do in each part. Okay? I'm wearing my favorite hat today. I decided to keep my glasses on, give you a different look, and trying to keep it exciting. Speaking of exciting, the number one thing that you need to do, and if you're not doing it, especially in sales, you have to get this. You have to be excited to want to do this. What am I talking about? First of all, social media and all the different platforms is an incredible opportunity to generate more sales, especially through the art of cold calling. Some of you, if not most of you, probably resist it for one reason or another. But I'm here to say and to help you understand that you're making a mistake if you're not taking advantage of these platforms and doing cold calling. Now, who am I targeting and speaking to? I'm speaking to you small business owners, your entrepreneurs, and you salespeople, and some of you small call centers out there right now. Pay attention, take this in, apply it, and watch your conversion ratio increase. And if your conversion ratio is increasing, your sales volume are going to grow exponentially. So number one is what I call the opening or the initial contact or the initial call. Now, there's different ways to get in contact with people on social media, right? You got emails, you got direct message, and you got telephone, right? Me personally is always about the telephone. Now, what do you have to do and what should happen in the opening of the phone call or the initial contact? Number one is you have to prepare who your target prospects are. You have to identify who they are. Why? Because you don't want to spend a lot of time speaking with people that don't meet your criteria. I'm sure some of you have bought a lot of leads and different programs and different apps to try and generate more sales. Because one of the things I've learned in business is there's 8 common things that all business owners think about. But the number 1 and 2 is better leads and sales. And then everything else gets solved around that. So you have to prepare and target who your prospects really are and where they're at. And what better way to do that than on your social media? People that like your content, are sharing your content, commenting on your content. Think about that. What better qualified lead can you have than that? And I stress that all the time. Now, what you should also do on the initial contact, for me is the phone, but if those of you are doing direct message or email, I get a lot of emails from influencers, but they never follow up with me other than email, and I don't respond to any of that because I like interaction. But on the initial contact, you must build and earn trust right away. Right away. Because that's going to build the foundation to the relationship. Now, in the opening also, you must be excited about 2 things. Number 1 is that you have a solution to their problem. Number 2 is that they need to own this because it's going to provide more revenue and more sales for them. But you got to be excited about that. And you also got to be excited that they need to trust you, that you know what you're doing, that you're out to help them. Then the third thing you have to do, this is the hard part. You could do all the preparation you want, have all the strategies you want. Bottom line is, you gotta make daily phone calls on all platforms. Have to do that. That's a must. Because if you can't do that, you can't go to number 2. Now let me write number 2 down. Okay? And I'm gonna show you what number 2 is. Number 2, number 2 is what I call the body Okay. Number 2 is what I call the body in the call. Okay? Now the body has 3 components, maybe 4, depending on who you are. You have to be enthusiastic about what you're doing. and about solving their problem and about being valuable to them. When you transition from the opening of the phone call or the initial contact and you transition to the body, you've earned enough trust that they're going to allow you to tell them a story. You can't disappoint them. It's like going to a movie. You pay all this money, and after the introduction, the body of the movie is terrible. You walk out, right? This is where the rubber meets the road. You have to be enthusiastic and appreciate what they're allowing you to do for them. Now, in that moment, you better be really good at the art of storytelling. Especially if they're following you and they're, commenting on your contact and sharing your contact. But when you speak, a lot is going to be revealed. That could turn them off. And don't think that people don't like to hear a story, because we all do. Those of you who go to the movie theaters want to see a story. When you speak with somebody, you're telling a story. So that's nonsense that nobody wants to hear a story, because we all do. That's how we live our lives. Everybody's telling a story. So be enthusiastic. Know how to tell the right story. And also have a strategy for the prospects. Understand their industry. Speak their language and their lingo. Have a plan. Don't just make phone calls. I get people that just like my content the minute I post it. They're not serious. You have to do that. That's very, very important that you do that. Especially if you've never cold called before. See, when you direct message and you email, you can get away with a lot of stuff. You can hide behind a lot of stuff. But when it's time to ask for the order, that's when you know where your skills are at. I'm not saying emailing is not important. I'm not saying direct message or texting is not important. I use them when I need it. I always count on my weapon. That's the phone. Making phone calls. That's my bread and butter, and everything else is secondary. I just use it as a different tool when I need it. So you got to have a strategy, and I'm going to add something else to that. When you do that, and you do these 3 steps, and you're enthusiastic, you are a great storyteller, and you're able to have a dialogue with them and have a real strategy, guess what happens at that point? Your value now increases. You have what I call intrinsic value. In the opening of it, you have what they call perceived value. We all have a perceived value, whether we texting people or not. The minute you speak with people, because what you think about is what you're going to speak. Or you're going to take that particular action, or both, right? So just think about that. That's number 2. I call it the body. It's the movie. The movie producers use script, what is called the body. This is no different. And I'm here to encourage you and let you know that cold calling on social media is not dead. People are starting to gravitate to it. I've been talking about this for over 2 years, and I'm telling you, through my social media conversion strategy, it is one of the best tools you're going to be able to use, and it's free. You just got to make phone calls. I could show you and help you how to do that. Matter of fact, I'm going to do a live call next week, and it's going to do all 3 steps, so you can see how it works. Number 3. Let me erase this here. By the way, I'm in my new office, my home office, and it hasn't been fully furnished yet, but when it does, when I have my sign behind there, the Paul Cruz Show for my podcast, and also the martial arts and sales for my sales training. So number 3 is what I call the close. And 3 things should happen in this, and I'm going to explain why. Okay, number 3 is what I call the close. And what you have to do is you should generate 5 qualified leads every single day per platform. So if you're using 5 platforms every day, you should get 25 qualified leads per day on combined. That's 125 a week. I did a study myself, so this is my own personal study. There's about 15 to 20% of real qualified buyers, customers, in your network of followers. Think about that. If you got 1,000 followers on one platform, about 20%, about 200 of them are potential customers and qualified. It's up to you, just like it's up to me, to earn that business. And this is one of the ways you could do it. So number 3 is the close. For me personally, you guys have heard me say this before, the closing really starts in the opening. Actually starts before. The mindset, the attitude, being prepared for the call. I believe every phone call should have a purpose. Don't just make phone calls to try to sound good. I know people who do that. You gotta have a purpose for every phone call. Make sense? So what should happen? You should generate 5 qualified leads per platform per day, or 25 leads per day, or 125 leads per week. Okay? The second thing that should happen is you're not going to close these prospects on the first call. You may get a good percentage. After a while, you'll be able to close what we call a one-call close. In the beginning, it's not realistic, but I would say about 20-30% will convert into a sale on the first call if you follow my program, you follow my strategy and my methodology. So the second thing you have to do is prepare for the follow-up call. That's important because that's where most of the sales are going to come from in the beginning. The follow-up call. Never ever take the follow-up call for granted. I've done that before, and I stopped that right away because I realized, I gave it everything that I had, or I thought I did, in the opening of the call, and how dare they not take my phone calls after that? Well, shame on me. I learned. But you have to prepare. And if you do this right, you should get at least, out of the 125 qualified leads per week, and let's say you're converting 30% of them. So 10% is 12 and a half, so that's 25. So 37 customers you should be able to convert into sales on the initial call in the first 30, 45 days. So let's just call it about 75 to 100 follow calls for the next week. I typically, if I make a call on Monday and I do a follow-up, I usually do the follow-up on Wednesday. I usually give it about 24, 48 hours, depending on the call. I may just do it the next day. But typically, because I like my days filled with phone calls, quality phone calls. Does that make sense? But what's important is this. All of this means nothing unless you have an effective script. I'm adding that little bonus or that little carrot in there. A script is very important in the beginning because you have to learn how to use that vehicle. Once you understand and learn how to use the vehicle, you're going to be ahead of the game because now you are the script. You become the script because you develop the pattern. You develop the strategy, the dialogue, the I call rhythm and tempo in the sales process with your prospect. You're going to be so prepared. It's like if you make 100 phone calls a day and the customer gets 9 phone calls a day, who's going to be more prepared on the phone? You are, right? Well, you should be. That's what I mean about preparing. So these are the 3 things. I call it the opening, the body, and the close. That is something, if you learn to master that, you're going to be a phenomenal dynamic salesperson. If you look at all the top salespeople, they follow those three components. They may call it different, but it's the same thing. Does that make sense? So, how to increase your sales volume and conversion ratio by using my SMCS, social media conversion strategy, is phenomenal. It took me 2 years to build this strategy. I tried different things, and then I realized, I'm gonna keep it simple. I'm gonna keep it what works. Why? Because I try to partner with other digital marketing companies, and I try to adjust more to them than they're adjusting to me. And it didn't work out. I'm not mad about it, not disappointed, not upset. It's the decisions I made. I realized that, I have to stick with what I know. And I don't have to justify what I know to anybody. I just do it. And the result speaks for itself. So I'm here to tell you, if you want to increase your sales volume, and you can put your ego aside, because we all have egos, salespeople, we're known to ego because that's what makes us tick. But you can humble yourself and say, I want to get better. If you're a small business owner, you say, I want to increase my sales volume. I want to help my salespeople become better. If you're an entrepreneur and you're just getting into your business and you're getting into social media, or you have existing social media, let's work on it. Let's fix it. My job is to try to make things better for you. I'm doing this. I live this. I breathe this. I've been selling for over 30 years, and I don't have to do this. But I enjoy doing it because it's serving other people. So anyway, I hope this has been helpful. I want to thank all of you for being part of the martial arts of sales, being part of, I call my family. Again, if you're watching this on YouTube, hit the subscription button below. Do give me thumbs up and hit the like button. If you do like this, it does help the algorithms for me. And also share your comments and share the video with others if you truly believe this could be helpful to other people. Till we speak again, I say goodbye. This is Paul Cruz with the Martial Arts of Sales. Have a fantastic weekend. Bye.